I hope my voice is audible.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
a very good afternoon to everyone. My name is Rishi Kurodia. My roll number is 26. The topic we have selected is mathematics of mini project is orthogonal set of function. Uh, Next slide. Our group members are myself, Rishi Kurodia, Kshitij Surte, Karan Trivedi, Anush Padubidi, Rusha Budani, and Omkar Bhagegar. Our supervisor is Dr. Tina Trivedi. The contents are orthogonal definition, which will be explained by me. The second, Fourier series, which will be explained by Anush Padubidi. Third, graph on different functions will be explained by Omkar Bhagegar. Fourth, why orthogonal in Fourier series will be explained by uh, Karan Trivedi. Applications of orthogonal will be explained by Rusha Budani. And the last one, example of orthogonal, will be explained by Kshitij Surte. So now orthogonality. In mathematics, a property is synonymous with perpendicularity when applied to vectors, but applicable more generally to functions. Two elements of an inner product space are orthogonal when their inner product for vectors, the dot product for functions, the definite integral of their product is zero. A set of orthogonal vectors or functions can serve as the basis of an inner product space, meaning that any element of the space can be formed from a linear combination of the elements of such a set. Now let take two elements u and v of a vector space with bilinear form V. They will be orthogonal when b of u, v will be equal to 0. Depending on the bilinear form, the vector space may contain non-zero self-orthogonal vectors. In the case of function spaces, families of orthogonal functions are used to form a basis. Now I will explain you about the relation between orthogonality and Fourier series. Fourier series makes use of orthogonality relationships of the sine and cosine functions. Any set of functions that form a complete orthogonal system have a corresponding generalized Fourier series analogous to the Fourier series. Now I'll further explain you about the conditions of orthogonality. Now, if fm of x is a set of functions, then we have two cases. First case, if m is not equal to n, then in integration of from a to b fm of x dot product fn of x dx will be equal to 0. And the second case is if m is equal to n, then integration from a to b fm of x dot product fn of x dx will not be equal to 0. Now my friend Anush Padubidi will explain you further about John Fourier and Fourier series.
Thank you, Rishi. Good afternoon to one and all present here. My name is Anush Padubidri, roll number 69 from SECOM's department, and I am going to talk about Fourier series. As Rishi mentioned about orthogonality and Fourier series, let's first understand what is Fourier series. Fourier series was named in honor of Joseph Fourier, who was a French mathematician and physicist who was best known for initiating the investigation of Fourier series, which eventually developed into Fourier analysis and harmonic analysis and their application to problems of heat transfer and vibrations. The Fourier transform and Fourier's law of conduction are also named in his honor. Fourier is also generally credited with discovery of greenhouse effect. That was about Joseph Fourier. Talking about Fourier series is a way of representing a periodic function as a possibly finite sum of sine and cosine function. It is analogous to Taylor series, which represents function as possibly infinite sums of monomial terms. For functions that are not periodic, the Fourier series is replaced by the Fourier transform. For functions of two variables that are periodic in both variables, the trigonometric basis in Fourier series is replaced by spherical harmonics. The Fourier series, as well as its generalization, is essential throughout the physical science since trigonometric functions are eigenfunction of the Laplacian, which appears in many physical equations. It can be said that the Fourier series is a particular way of rewriting functions as series of trigonometric functions. The Fourier series of periodic function f of x of period t is given by f of x is equal to a0 by 2 plus summation of k is equal to 1 to infinity ak cos 2 pi kx by t plus summation of k is equal to 1 to infinity bk sin 2 pi kx by t. For some set of Fourier coefficients ak and bk defined by integrals, ak is given by 2 by t integration of 0 to t f of x cos 2 pi kx by t dx, and bk is given by 2 by t integration of 0 to t f of x sin 2 pi kx by t dx, and a0 is given by 2 by t integration of 0 to t f of x dx. In order to compute Fourier series representation of some periodic function f, therefore, one needs only to compute the above set of integrals for arbitrary k. Often, one can immediately set all bk or ak values to 0 by noting that function is either odd or even, since an odd function will have no cosine contribution and vice versa. The normalization factor in front of the coefficients come from the fact that cosine and sine functions are defined are orthogonal and not orthonormal. The factor of 1 by 2 multiplication in front of a0 comes from the fact that the normalization for a0 is different, since a0 is equal to 2 by t integration of 0 to t f of x dx is twice the average value of function f over 0 to t. Note that for a periodic function of period t, the integral limits in definition of Fourier coefficient may be shifted by any constant factor as long as the integration window remains length t always. That's about Fourier series, and now I would like to hand over to Omkar Wagekar to explain orthogonality with graph on different function.
Thank you, Anush. So, myself, Omkar Wagekar, roll number 128. I would be explaining about orthogonality of weighted orthogonality graph using weighted inner products. Good morning, one and all. So here about the graph, the two functions are orthogonal with respect to a weighted inner product if the integral of the product of two functions and the weighted function is identically zero on the chosen interval. Finding a family of orthogonal function is important in order to identify a basis for a function space. Once a basis is found, all functions in that function space can be expanded with respect to orthogonal functions. So, by that means, of trigonometric functions which are sine and cosine function, it leads us to Fourier analysis, which is a central tool for analyzing periodic signals. Different examples of orthogonal functions are provided with two choices of weight functions on different intervals. The functions and their weighted product are displayed together with the signed area. Then the inner product will be chosen with the weight and is computed to test for orthogonality. So, as you can see in the graph given below, it indicates that sin x and sin 2x have periodicities of 2 pi. That is when we plot them from x equals to 0 to x equals to 2 pi. Other families of orthogonal functions, such as orthogonal polynomials, find application in numerical techniques such as at least square approximation, Gauss and related quadrature, iterative methods in algebra, integral equation, and wavelets in medical diagnostics, and many more. So, furthermore explanation about orthogonality would be given by my fellow classmate Karan Trivedi.
Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Karan Trivedi. My serial number is 126 SE Comps. So now I'll be speaking about the significance of orthogonality in Fourier series. Until now, we have been taught about orthogonality in vectors. We know that when we take dot product of two vectors is 0, that means they are orthogonal. Now, the orthogonality that we study in Fourier series is of a different type. Here, we treat the functions much like a vector. Now, if we treat functions like vectors, perhaps we can also do some geometric operations and define an equivalent concept of a dot product. As it turns out, we can define an equivalent notion to a dot product where we can multiply two vectors as we treat vectors as functions. We get answers as scalars. That is, we get answers as a real number. Such a product is called inner product. So we can say that inner product of vector or a function to be as zero. When studying Fourier series, you are specifically looking at space of square integrable which has an inner product, which is represented as minus pi to pi integrable of fx gx dx, where fx and gx are two functions, as you can see at the slide. To say f and g are orthogonal means to say the above integral is zero. So as we have learned, we know that the Fourier series represents a function as an infinite sum of sinusoidal terms or sum of sine and cosine terms. The orthogonality relations allow for simple mathematical derivation of the coefficient of Fourier series, the an and bn which was explained in Fourier series. The simplicity of formulas of coefficients is due to the orthogonality relations. In this way, we get approximately the same sum in Fourier of the function whose series is being calculated. Further, we will be hearing about the applications of orthogonality from Rushabh. Thank you, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. I, Rushabh Budani, a second year student, roll number 127, is going to guide you all today on some applications of orthogonality in real life. They are as electrical engineering, vibration analysis, acoustics, optics, signal processing unit, image processing unit, quantum mechanics, thin wall, shell theory, and finally econometrics. Orthogonal signals are used extensively in communication industry. They range from simple sine cosine quadrature signals to multiple signals whose inner product is equal to zero. Orthogonal signals can be used for several different applications. Orthogonality can also be applied to polarization in an antenna system. Two signals can be transmitted on different polarization, or two parallel channels can be used with the same frequency for increased data rates. The channels can use either horizontal or vertical polarization separation. Orthogonal principles are also used to separate desired signals from jammers using Gram-Schmidt orthogonalizer or GSO. The GSO forces the desired signals to be orthogonal to the jamming signal so that it can be used to eliminate the jamming signal. Another application on orthogonal signals is to prevent adjacent channel interference. This application also allows for the system to be able to overlap multiple frequencies. Channel signals with minimum interference between the channels and still guarantee reception and detection of phase shift key signals. Thus, more data can be sent over. That's all from my side. Now, I would like Surte to continue.
Good morning, all. I am Kshitij Surya from SE Comms, serial number 119, and I would be proceeding to the problem-solving part of this topic. So, after clearing the concepts on the topic and knowing the real-life theoretical applications, let's now proceed to check whether a function is orthogonal or not. Take a view at the first sum. It states that to show that the set of function cos nx, where n belongs to the set of natural numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, etc., is orthogonal in the interval of 0 to 2 pi. Let's have a look at the solution. Fn of x equals cos nx. Applying case 1, that is integration in the given interval of fm of x multiplied with fn of x is 0 if m is not equal to n. Multiplying and dividing by 2, as we have a ready-made trigonometry formula of 2 cos a cos b. The formula goes as 2 cos a cos b equals cos a plus b plus cos a minus b. As we know, integration of cos ax is sine ax divided by a. We know sine 2 pi and sine 0 is 0. This will make the whole expression as 0. Hence, the first condition is satisfied. Now, moving on to the second one. Applying case 2. Integration in a given interval of fm of x multiplied with fn of x is non-zero when m equals n. That is, integration of fm square is given in the given interval. We know that the trigonometry formula cos square of x equals 1 plus 2 cos x 1 plus cos 2x the whole divided by 2, and integration of cos of ax is 1 by a sine of ax, and integration of 1 is x. Putting the limits, we are left with pi, which is a non-zero value. As the given function satisfies both the conditions, the function can be rightly said as orthogonal function. For better understanding and to take a recap of what we did till now, let's solve another problem. The question says, prove that the set of functions sine n pi lx, where n belongs to the set of natural numbers, is orthogonal in the interval 0 to L. Looking at the solution, applying case 1, that is, integration of fm of x multiplied with fn of x is 0 when m not equals n in the given interval. Multiplying and dividing by 2, as we have a standard formula saying as 2 sine a sine b equals cos a minus b minus cos a plus b. We know integral of cos ax is minus 1 by a sine ax. As the value of sine 0 and sine 2 pi is 0, it makes the whole expression as 0. Hence, the first condition is satisfied. Applying the next one, that is, integral of fm of x multiplied with fn of x is non-zero when m equals n in a given interval. We will apply the trigger formula sine square x equals 1 minus cos 2x the whole upon 2. And after proceeding further, we would end up on the displayed result, which is a non-zero value. As both the conditions are satisfied, the function can be also termed as an orthogonal function. Thank you.